Hey everybody, I'm Ryan and welcome back to Students of Animation, the channel for and by student animators. Today, Kane and I are going to be giving you some tips and tricks on how to get ready for your next semester of animation.
For us, we will be starting our next term at Animation Mentor. Some of us will be taking Advanced Body Mechanics, and others will be taking Intro to Acting.
All of us here at Students of Animation are super excited to get back into animation classes in the next week. But for some of you guys, it may be another couple of weeks before you get ready to go back to school. So we just wanted to share some tips and tricks with you on how to go from break mode to school mode.
Let's dive into a few things now that you may not be doing that could actually eventually help you with your next start date.
If you have more than a few days left before your term starts, take a break from animation and just get away from your computer. Go outside and spend some time with family and just relax. Don't worry about animation at all.
Students tend to have a huge workload during their semesters at school. One of the most important things during break is to actually step away from the computer and relax the mind and relax the body, because doing too much work can actually lead to burning out, a lot of stress in the body and the mind.
Burnout is a serious thing and it can happen to the best of us. I know I felt it, I know almost everybody in the channel has felt it, and I know a lot of our friends. We've just been so enveloped in our shots, so deep into looking at that getting better and so stressed out about our work that we just get so tired of animation, and we don't have the motivation to move on and get further with our shot or start a new shot. And that just, the thing to do about that is just take the time when you can, especially in your breaks, to relax and get away from animation for just a few hours, a few days. Just get to where you can come back with some fresh eyes in a little bit and just breathe and feel better about your shot. So that's why it's so important during the breaks to take that relaxation time seriously and to just step away and clear your mind.
This also might be a good time to actually go back to some creative outlets that you might have stopped during your education. For me personally, I am actually right now designing my parents' anniversary tattoo for the 25 years of being married. I took a break from drawing, and now I'm getting back to it during this break.
One hobby that I didn't have time for over the semester is woodworking. It's one of my favorite things to do outside of animation, and I really enjoy building things and crafting things with my own hands. So over the break, I took some time and I built a new desk that I needed for my new apartment. It was a really great way for me to get back in touch with a hobby, and I really enjoyed spending some time, with my dad and getting away from the computer. And I just wasn't thinking about animation at all. I was just thinking about building an awesome new desk that I really needed. So that's just one of the many things you can do outside of school, outside of animation, to get away from the computer. When the semester's only a few days away, it's time to get back into that animation mindset.
It may be an excellent time to refine those lagging skills and inch your way to becoming a better you. For some, this may be a good time to actually look back at your mentor's critiques and see what they had to say about your past shots and think about what you could actually potentially do in your future shots that can make your lagging weaknesses better.
Like for me personally, after my second AN02 shot, which is a body mechanics class, I saw that I needed to work on my balance and weight of my characters. So I decided to do a shot specifically to work on those two aspects of my animation. For that shot, I did a hiker who had to cross a ravine by walking over a tree branch. I specifically worked and shot my reference so that I would really have to study and look at my balance and weight as he crosses over the ravine. And now that I finished the shot, and I felt so much better about my weight and balance, because that shot turned out pretty well, and I was just so happy with the improvement that I made over those couple of weeks animating that shot. And that's why it's so important for you to go back and look at the points of animation that you need to improve on, and so you can touch on those shot by shot and get better, and so you don't have any lagging parts of your animation skill set.
Take some time to go back to the basics, digging into the fundamentals like a ball bounce or even a pendulum swing. To work on timing and spacing, or even weight and exaggeration.
Another great thing you can do is set some goals for yourself before the next term starts. Set 2 or 3 goals that you want to accomplish by the end of the term.
Some possible goals you could potentially work on. You can also work on sniper timing like I need to, or more exaggerated timing. Better appeal for the audience. Pushing the final product is also a good one. So a lot of people tend to not really polish their shots closer to the end of the course, which obviously can lead to a less ideal looking shot in the end, and you may feel like you could have pushed yourself even further. You can also work on appealing poses.
Snap your timing. Maybe you want to have better posing. Maybe you want to work on your weight shifts. Maybe you want to work on your balancing, getting your poses more interesting. Anything like that. It's a really great thing to do, to just set some goals for yourself so you can push yourself along and get better in animation in every possible moment.
For me personally, I actually tend to have a lot of issues with timing and spacing. And so for me, my next course, I actually plan on doing more subtle things that help advance the idea of timing and spacing and kind of bring more appeal to the shot personally.
For me personally, there's a couple goals I've set for myself this term. I want to make my poses more dynamic and exaggerated. I want to be able to make my characters sit in a pose and tell the story through as few poses as possible, to really push those poses as far as they can go.
There's also maybe a good time to take off running. You may want to try and get ahead or feel more secure in going into your next term. It may be a good idea to look at what you'll be getting into and start coming up with future shot ideas for your next course.
If you're going into a body mechanics class, go ahead and start collecting some references, things you might want to animate over the term. One of the things my mentor told me to do was to find some Tai Chi or some ballerina dances to maybe animate to. They're really great to study the motion. They have really beautiful arcs, and they're just a really good character study into how to do sweeping, graceful motions for your animation. Really great for body mechanics shots. If you're going to an acting class, maybe start collecting some dialogue, thinking about maybe what you want to do if you have to do a pantomime shot. Thinking about how you can really exaggerate those motions, those emotions through your body mechanics and your emotional acting that doesn't have to do with dialogue.
It is very important to like what you do, and it might be fun to come up with ideas that you may want to work on that will actually keep you in the mode or mood to actually animate.
For me personally, to get back into animation in the next couple of days, I'm going to watch some movies that I really enjoy, that really get me inspired to animate. The new movie Soul that just came out, I really loved that movie, and it really inspired me to get back into animation, especially like the finger movements in that movie, just incredible. Maybe I'll watch another movie. Maybe I'll play, a game like Breath of the Wild, something just with great animation. Just the art in that movie or in that game just really inspires me to animate and get back into a creative mindset. So that's what I'll do. I encourage everybody to do whatever brought them into animation in the first place. It's always really great to get inspired as you start your semester so you can really hit the ground running. One last thing that gets me really excited for this upcoming term of animation is this channel. I'm really excited to be sharing my journey with you, to work with a bunch of other awesome animators to get their journeys to you, and for us to just talk about animation week in and week out and just get more involved with the animation community. So I'm really excited for what we're doing here. I'm really excited to be working with all these other people, and it's just a great way to get back into animation as we come into it in the next week. So I think that's going to be all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe you can take some of these lessons, these thoughts that we talked about today, and just bring them in and think about them as you go to get started in your next term. At the very least, just take a few minutes to relax before you get started into animation. Even if it's your first day of class, just breathe in a couple times, breathe out, and just try and remember why you love this so much, because it truly is a wonderful art. It truly is something wonderful to do, to bring a character to life. I know we all love it, and I know you do too. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you really soon.